good and bad parts of public relations, and of course this is a chance for us to look at scandals. So the definition of public relations, of course we need to know what it is. So this is the official definition from the Australian Public Relations Institute. The deliberate, planned and sustained effort to establish and maintain mutual understanding between an organisation or individual and its or their publics. So what's important here, I think, for us to bear in mind throughout all of this unit is deliberate, planned and sustained. So when we start looking at examples, we'll see that more often than not, the presence or social media presence or the public presence or of a person, a group, a company, a government is not accidental. Everything is deliberate, everything is planned, and everything is sustained. And so also when you are creating your, managing your client, think about how deliberate you are going to be, what your plan is, and the sustained is really important, and timing is really important with that as well. So public relations, it really feeds into so many different aspects of everything that we've been looking at in this course. And so there's no coincidence that it comes towards the end of our course. So obviously we've got all of the society, we've got media, we've got journalism and news, we've got communications of various forms, we've got advertising, and of course a target audience. So all of these feed into our public relations strategies. And I guess at this point it's important to remember that public relations is different from advertising. Advertising is a strategy that public relations firms use in order to promote someone or something. Just like a social media presence is a strategy, just like engagement on social media is a strategy. These are all public relations strategies. So please just be very clear that advertising is a part of public relations. And it's all about the perception and image. In order to have a successful public relations strategy, you must know who your target audience is. You must know who you are trying to engage, because that will determine which strategies you use, and that will determine which platforms you use, whether it's on Instagram or television, if it's a Q&A, a live Q&A online, or if it's a meet and greet in a shopping mall. These activities will be different based on the target audience. So in terms of the functions of public relations, of course it's all about image, but underneath that there are some important verbs that we need to consider. So I've put them in red here. So we've got inform and educate, raise awareness, establish trust, and build brand identity. So each of those four functions are slightly different, and depending on what your aim is, your strategies will reflect those. So to inform and educate is more of a public service announcement. Raising awareness can be a public service announcement as well, but it's often connected with an issue. Establish trust is usually done, obviously, when something has gone wrong. And build brand identity is just to keep on going and developing. You may not have been in Australia a few years ago when we had an issue with some needles found in strawberries, but that was a big problem, and so a lot of establishing trust and raising awareness had to be done in order to manage that situation. So public relation, or PR fixes who are our clients. It could be a celebrity, a star, a public figure, an organisation. It's basically anyone who has an identity. So I've got a couple of images here of possible clients that all of these situations would require at some point a public relations firm to come in and manage the situation and reframe the narrative in some stages. You're probably familiar with all of these, to be honest. Okay, so because we are surrounded with social media and scandals, there is a TCOL activity that I would like you to do. It's called the Scandals activity, and there's a TCOL forum set up under lecture activities, and I would like you to write a few sentences about a scandal that you are aware of. It could be political, a YouTuber, an actor, a singer, a musician, a rock band, anything. The strawberries example was of food. So I'm sure that you've got lots of scandals that are coming to your mind straight away. I'm really curious to read the scandals that you are aware of. Give some information about who it involves, what happened. If you want to, you could look at the target audience and consider who has been affected by this scandal. You may even be aware of some of the strategies which have been used in order to manage the scandal. So please, after the lecture, go to the scandals activity and fill in some information about some scandals that you are familiar with. I can't wait to hear or read